David from RockstarReviews.com.
And today we're going to review this book right here, The 4-Hour Workweek. Escape the 9-to-5, Live Anywhere, and Join the New Rich is the subtitle. And this is a book I picked up a little while back, and I picked it up because to me it looked like a very interesting book because on the cover here you'll see a guy in a hammock in between two palm trees, and I was like, I want to live like that.
It could be a girl too, we do not know.
Yeah, we do not know. It's a silhouette. But anyways, this was a book that very popular. It was on the bestseller list for a long time. I think it's actually set a record for it. And it's very well written, and I'm actually going to go through how he wrote it. He actually begins the book with showing a completely different lifestyle than the average 9-to-5 person working at a job. And then he goes into showing, you know, what he did to create that lifestyle. And so it's a really, really easy read. I actually have a friend who read it, and he said, I never finished books. I haven't, read a book in a long time. And I'm like, well, this is a really good read. You might like it. And he's into business and making more money, like when it comes to starting his own business, investments. So I was like, just give it a try. He read the entire book in 2 days. He said he couldn't put it down. He actually went out and bought the expanded version, which this is the original version. There's an expanded version with 100 more pages. He loved it so much. I mean, it's a great book. I've read it 3 or 4 times myself. I
think I've read it once.
Good book, though. We both loved it. And so I'm gonna actually just read a couple of things that he's done because he set up this lifestyle, and he calls it the New Rich, and I'll explain that in a minute. He says, I race motorcycles in Europe, I ski in the Andes, I scuba dive in Panama, and I dance in Brazil. And this right here is because he goes through and explains those stories and how he does it and how he was able to create it, and it just makes you want to live that. It makes you want to be like, okay, I'm selling my house right now and I'm going to go, And so, and how he does it is basically he talks about how there's a couple new currencies to the new rich, as he calls it. He said the new rich, they understand that money isn't the only thing that makes you rich, because if you have a lot of money but you're stuck at a CEO job and you're working 90 hours a week, you don't have the time freedom or the location freedom to enjoy that wealth. So he talks about how the new rich is they understand 3 currencies: time freedom, mobility freedom, and money freedom. And what that means is they understand that when you make a certain amount of money, let's say you're making $5,000 a month, but you're making it in a business that you don't have to spend maybe only an hour or 2 a week managing, and you have complete location freedom. You have more wealth than someone making $50,000 a month, but they're stuck in an office 90 hours a week. And they go home, go to sleep, wake up, do it again. Because you're able to travel around the world and use your money in places where your money goes further, like in South America and other places where, he talks about in the book a couple examples of where he was living in a place similar to Miami, where it was like a very hip, young scene, lots of cool stuff to do, and he was spending, what, $40
a day or whatever.
Yeah, like $800, $900 a month, and he was in a penthouse type suite, like a really cool suite, and then he was able to go out and go to clubs and restaurants and all these things for cheap.
Live less in a vacation lifestyle than you would in America.
Yeah,
North America.
Live a lifestyle here in America that would cost, triple what, but he was living for the same price, if not less, than the average person is living here in America. So it was really cool to see how he was able to use his money to go further and have a better lifestyle, but because he had time freedom and location freedom. So it really opened your eyes to looking at, okay, how do I want to structure my life when it comes to those 2 areas? Because most people are just so focused on money, they forget about the time and the location part. What did you like about it?
Yeah, a couple things I liked about the book. One of them is he talks about in the book different ways to build a business and wealth. One of them was getting products to resell, so just wholesaling and then reselling. One of them is licensing a product or a service. So finding a company that will license their product or service to you so you can sell it to others. And then the third and final one is creating your own product or service and selling that. The one thing I like in the book is he talks about his business, and he had a supplement company, and that's what kind of allowed him to live this lifestyle. And that's what allowed him to work 4 hours of work a week. Yeah, initially. So that was really cool how he explained that, and he kind of showed you his business model. And he was one of the people that inspired me to create my own product, and now I have my own product, and that's selling. So that's cool because that's what pays my bills right now. And I do have time and money and location freedom and it's becoming more and more freedom day by day. So that was really cool. He also talks about outsourcing. Like, obviously, if you're going to work 4 hours a week and make a good income and live overseas, you're going to need people working for you. So he talks about how to get employees for like $5 an hour,
Or
overseas. Or less. He mentions $5. That's like what he says, but there's even ways to get less than that. So
in the Philippines and other areas, yeah.
So that's pretty cool to understand, just kind of seeing how he does that, and just he shows you like kind of his system for his business and how he operates it, and like it's just cool to see like his model, so you can kind of like cultivate your own based on your interests and your likings and what you're passionate about, so you can build something you're passionate about that pays for you and pays for your lifestyle, living somewhere that most people only dream of visiting once in a lifetime. You're living there.
Yeah.
So.
Another thing too is he actually, like he talked about the system or the model. He actually shows how he outsourced his personal life as well, not just the business.
And business life. Yeah.
Meaning he would only check his email once a week because he would have only certain emails forwarded to him that were important. All the rest of them would kind of be weeded out. He would have voicemail, same way. Mail, same way. So like literally his entire life, even though he had a business that was producing significant income, we're talking like $50,000 a month plus. But he was only working 4 hours a week because he set it up in systems and processes so that even in his personal life, that freed up his time so he could do all these different things. I mean, and we just scratched the surface of all the things he did, and it's just like makes you want to just pick up and leave today. Like it's amazing. So it's a real eye opener. It's something I would highly suggest if you want to experience life that is outside the normal 9 to 5. It's outside the life you've been told to live. Go to college, get a job. Work, your entire life, save, and then retire at 60 with a gold watch. I mean, it's a completely different lifestyle, but it's something.
Fake gold watch.
A full X. So yeah, it's a great book. It's a wonderful read. I mean, literally, I've read it 3 or 4 times. It was so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, pick it up.
And warning: do not read this book unless you want to quit your job. That's what it says in the back. Just so you know.
Yeah. Do not quit this book unless you want to quit your job.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Do not read this book unless you want to quit your job. And he actually shows also how you can use your dollar to actually go further. And he gets cheap flights, and he gets all these deals.
Discounts on like food, airfare, the resorts or whatever where he's staying. Like he knows how to stretch a buck overseas, which is pretty cool. Him as a person, as like an individual or character, if you will. He's really an intriguing, interesting individual, and it's just cool to like learn from him and his unique experience in life, I guess you could say.
He's a character.
He's not your typical average Joe, if you will, and he talks about like that in his book, and you can kind of see that. But then he like points you to his website and things in the book too, and I believe there's also like a community with this too online. So that's really cool too.
And then in future videos, he did release a second book called The 4-Hour Body, and we will review that one in a future video. So look on our channel for that, and that's actually significantly thicker than this. It's like an encyclopedia, and that one's all about health and doing crazy things with your body. So he's a really good author.
Very interesting individual once again.
Yeah. So pick it up. It's a great read. Click on the link below, and you will see a really good deal on this book.
Like the video, favorite, comment, share, subscribe to our channel, and click the link below, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a rockin' day.
Later.